Hello everyone, Attack Power here with another deck building video here with Bronirana Brigada. Let's dive right in here to one of the most questionable divisions in the game. Although this division is actually kind of a riot, not gonna lie. If you guys enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe, and consider checking out that Patreon or YouTube membership to support channel and get access to cool benefits. Alright, so sorry for the long off break, still getting over the flu and such. Hopefully I don't cough in the middle of this. That's why we're doing a shorter video here. But yeah, so Bronirana, this division is definitely like D tier. Let's make sure that's clear. I mean, maybe C tier if you are playing hot, because it does have some tools that can make it actually a pretty annoying division to play against. And if you can play it well, there are tools here. I definitely would not put it in like the unplayable category. But there are certain maps this division will get absolutely annihilated on pretty easily. There's only a couple maps where I think this division can really take advantages of its couple strengths that it has. But yeah, really Maverick's the best way to build this. I know, shocking, but the fact of the matter is the division just does not have the depth to play any sort of balance game. You're really kind of playing either Vanguard or Maverick. You're kind of playing a rush game to use your plethora of light armor to establish footholds and then force your opponent to put themselves into bad positions, try to get rid of your excessive amount of light armor. So diving into the deck here, the Recon tab, it's pretty bad. There's not a lot here. So what we are taking are, I'm going to do my best here, guys. Oh, geez. The Razuznavachi. There we go. It's the two-man Recon squad that every division has. And then, more importantly, in B phase, we have the Konjiki is Vidachi here. This is a really solid CQC-ish. I shouldn't even say ish. It is a CQC unit. It's got 4 Berettas, which makes it effective. The light machine gun is an automatic rifle. It's a terrible one, but it does do the sub 100 meter range shooting. And it's got, most importantly, a Molotov here. 12 men, which is a nice chunky squad, exceptional stealth. A good availability here on these two. Single vet gets you 8 in B phase. That's when we're going to be taking him. This unit is legitimately very good. This is probably, I would argue, one of your strongest infantry units to work with. Outside of that, then we have the BMW. We're not taking out. It does have radio, so like if you are desperate for radio, this is an option. It's for 5 points. Radio, it's honestly actually really well priced. You just have to hide them. The M223, unfortunately, this is not an autocannon unit of any sort. It does have some radio, so, I mean, another option for some super cheap radio if our radio already is what you're going for. Excuse me. Then we have more 2-man squads, and then we have the basically useless 4-man squad like Recon. I'm just blanking on the generic name of these guys for all the divisions that have these 4-man squads here. Not worth taking. So yeah, not a ton here to work with. Infantry tab. It does actually have some interesting tool here. So we have 2 main units, the Pehota and the Multi-Pehota. The Pehota is the superior one in my mind because it is a 15-man squad. It is chunky for 20 points, which is an incredibly good rate. Your actual squad itself is not incredibly well equipped, although they do get straight pole rifles, which is a nice little upgrade. The submachine gun is actually a very good submachine gun at 150 meter range. And the ZB-30 is a solid automatic rifle. It does great for the Romanians. It does great here. So for 20 points, this unit is actually quite effective. We're taking all 3 of them, absolutely. A 2 and A and a B phase card of those. Your other option is essentially the Multi-Pehota here, which is, in my opinion, a pretty noticeable downgrade from the Pehota itself. Now, of course, you do get upgrades on this. You get 2 ZKs 383 submachine guns, which are, I mean, that is better CQC damage. But it's still not, it's not crushing anything at CQC because of that. Same rifle, and then you get an upgrade to an MG34, which for range fighting is 100% an upgrade. If you're looking for your unit to fight at CQC a little more, then obviously it's a downgrade. You lose that 100 meter range support, which is unfortunate. You get a little bit of better availability here with these units, though. You do get 816 instead of the 612 curve there, so that's nice. I don't think it's worth it, but the unit, it's certainly not a bad unit by any stretch. Then finally in A phase here, where we've got some Sturmovi Pionieri, which is just your standard like Sturm Pioneer squad here with MP40s and the Flammenwerfer. It does what it does. Expect exactly the same unit out of this. Nothing different there at all. Moving into B phase, we have the Multi-Pehota with the Panzerfaust. Unfortunately, it does come with a infantry availability, knock. So instead of getting, 16 or getting 12, but having the Panzerfaust is pretty important and is definitely a threat you want to be able to present and to keep your enemy army away. So, armor, not army, the armor away from you. The B-phase card of Pehota there, and then finally a Pioneer squad here is just a normal Pioneer squad. There's really nothing unique about this at all. Although I feel like this... I don't know. Okay. Anyway. So yeah, nothing super special there. Things we're not taking. The Lovchi Tenkova here. It's only a 6-man squad. Its loadout is pretty god-awful. The Boise anti-tank rifle being a very questionable weapon at best. And with the amount of light armor we have running around, we don't really need a ton of light AT. It just doesn't actually have a really great purpose in this division. Yeah, not a great unit. And the availability curve is pretty mid as well. It's only 15 points, but this unit will kill no infantry whatsoever. It is literally just there for basically that Boise tank AT rifle and your hope that at some point you get an AT grenade off with it. The Borchi is the other option here. I don't see this being better than the Pehota choices. It's worse at CQC. It goes down to a bolt action rifle. You still have the same ZB30. Although, is that one worse? Is it different? It looks different. You get less ammo. And it's identical. So I just don't see... I mean, it's got okay availability, but I would just take the Mota Pehota instead. Just a better machine gun overall. Yes, you lose one man, but who cares? The ZK383 is just a way better submachine gun. You get 2 of them. Definitely not over the regular Pehota. So yeah, I mean, the Raider trait is nice, but I don't think it's a strong enough bonus to take it over these other units. Then you just have a plethora of different leaders. If you're going to take a leader, you really have 2 real choices here. You have the Multipehota unit here because it has the radio. So if you really want radio, this is the one to take. The other one to take is the Commandeer, which does have 12 men, which is nice and chunky, and more importantly, comes with a Piat. So for 20 points. Sorry, try and stay away from the mic when that happens. So if you feel the need to take a leader here, that's what I would take. I don't really think you have the room for it, to be honest. We only have 50-some infantry, I think like 54 infantry to start. So cutting down even more for a leader here feels like a bad choice to me. Continuing on the tank tab. This is actually quite good. I'm not going to lie. This is a pretty good tank tab, weirdly enough. So you are loaded up with Panzer IVs, Stug 3s, and then Skodas, which is these light tanks, which are actually super effective. Not going to lie. So first off here, we have the 10-point leader. Really poorly armed here, which is that 40 mil penetration. It does have 14 rounds a minute. Barely any armor, but it keeps light fire away. Most importantly, this is a leader. It's a 10-point armored leader. It's hard to beat these. At only 10 points, you are getting a light tank, which can 100% clear out half tracks and things like that. And on top of that, then it does the leader thing with radio and everything for a dirt cheap price. So hard not to take these. They're pretty great. Then we have the Skoda T11, which for 15 points is pretty phenomenal. You get 70 millimeters of penetration, 5 damage, 17 rounds a minute. Nice accuracy, bad armor and stuff, but that's not what you're buying these for. Yeah, it's very good against other light armor. Like, this is a phenomenal unit against half tracks, armored cars, things like that. A must take, honestly. Then we have the Praga P38 here, which is very similarly loaded up. 5 points more gets you more armor, essentially, is what you're buying here. A little bit more speed as well, which is nice. These tanks also happen, I'm going to even call them tankettes, essentially. They also happen to have medium stealth, which does come up from time to time. It's not a terrible thing. But again, not amazing support for your infantry. They don't do a lot of pinning or anything. Their machine gun is very mid. The damage on their HE round is very meh. But again, these could just be all over the place. You get huge availability with 11 of these. It's pretty darn good. Then we have a Panzer IV variant, all the way down to 65 points, which is why I'm taking these over the Stug 3. 15 points cheaper that's a lot. Like, in this deck, that means you can get a Skoda T11 with it at the same time, which is, like, really nice. You kind of want that, honestly. Yeah, I just don't... I mean, you could pay 5 points more and get the H variant. It's not wrong. But in this game, most of the time, efficiency is king, so cheaper equals better. Then the Skoda 35 coming here in B phase. It's the crappy thing like the leader over here, but you get 12 of them to run around all over the place, which is nice. These are both A phase locked. This one, on the other hand, you can put wherever, so I'm putting it in B to get more of these annoying tankettes all over the place. These are not nearly as good as the P38 and T11 variants, but they still get the job done. There's still a light tank that's annoying and harasses your opponent for only 10 points, which is the same price as a 50 cal half track. And arguably, this is better than a 50 cal half track. Although 50 cal is pretty bonkers, as we all know. And then the B phase card, a Panzer IV-G, and we are then taking the Panzer IV-H leader here, just for a little bit more leadership. We do want veterancy on these things to get the job done. If you wanted more numbers, though, you could replace this with a normal Panzer IV card instead. So, yeah, I would love to be able to shove one more Panzer IV card in here, maybe an A, just to have plenty of them, but I didn't, and I think it's going to be okay. The support tab, it's awful. It's pretty awful. You have this PTO Skoda 37 mil, which is awful. It's really bad. But it's 10 points, and again, hyper-efficient units like this that are like so cheap, you can't not take them, because anything they kill is a trade-up. Like, this thing kills any unit at all, and you're getting a positive trade. Hard to pass that up. Like, it really is. It's hard not to take a unit that does that sort of thing. You know, you kill one transport, you pick up one tank kill on the side or something. It's, you know, it's hard not to take it. MG34 is an MG34. It does the MG34-y things. Then we're taking a Commandeer because we do have a fair number of leaders running around here, and some veterancy, I think, is actually pretty important here. Try to get these units functioning at their absolute best so that your swarmy tactics, and you do have low numbers. It's hard really to swarm, truth be told, because you just don't actually have that many units. So you need them functioning at top performance. Then we just have some ammo, and that's it. That's really all you have to choose from. Unfortunately, the 50 mil mortar is the crappy one, not even like the Russian one, so that sucks, making it pretty useless to take. Though they're never bad. Like, if you can get them in the right position, they're still extremely efficient. But, you know, hard to justify you spending 3 points on that. Anti-tank tab, it's actually good. Like, this is one of the better tabs. We're taking the Solotherm over the Panzerschreck simply because the Panzerschreck does not become until B phase, which does really suck. Although I can 100% argue myself into taking Panzerschrecks in B instead, which I often do anyway. Solotherm is a very good AT rifle. Actually, I've just argued myself out of it. There's so much light armor support over here that the Solotherm is just kind of redundant in that you have plenty of tools to kill light armor, so I don't really need more. Panzerschrecks, on the other hand, can kill any tank they run into, which is kind of a big deal. The 75 mil is still one of the most efficient AT guns in the game. Like, this thing is just disgusting and functions as your actual support gun. Does that really well at 2.2 damage, so 100% must take. Then we have a good old Pack 38. Does Pack 3080 things. It's efficient. Gets the job done. Panzerschreck in B, and then a Pack 40 here we are bringing in B for a little bit more long-term heavy AT. I would love to take the 37 mil, but it's, again, the purpose it serves here is a little bit too redundant in that it kills the same things your light tanks kill. The heat shell is certainly nice. This is the main reason to take it, but it's unreliable to say the least, and you have other tools to deal with that sort of situation. AA tab, actually solid. It's not good, but you can get the job done. 37 mils or 37 mils, they do solid work, especially with the nice increase in availability on their vet curve. The Skoda 80 mil, it's okay. It's a pretty fast-firing AT gun, essentially, is what you're really looking at it to do. The AA variant, like, actual usage of it is meh. You know, it's not super incredible. I'm actually going to vet this up once. I don't see me calling in more than 2. And then, to my absolute chagrin and hatred of myself for doing it, here is a Pack 88 in B phase. Makes me cough because it's gross and kind of useless, but I guess it's a little bit of 2K, and yeah, that's about all it does. Arty tab. It's okay. It's actually okay. You have some stuff here. 81 mil mortar does the 81 mil mortar thing. You actually don't even have 120 mil to choose from in this deck. Then we have the 220 mil Schneider, which comes in A phase, which is kind of a lull fest that you get 2 of them right away. Yeah, it sends big boomies at stuff, and it's kind of fun for that. I have a hard time not taking a big boomy gun like this. RD leader, and then we're taking the 150 mil like regular German gun here. It's the SH-18 or whatever, FH-18. It's fine. It's good. It's good RD piece. Solid, has radio, so that's where we take advantage of a little bit of the radio we have in the deck, specifically with our leaders. Things we're not taking, the Bofors 75 mil. I could be argued into this, honestly, like maybe over this, because this doesn't actually fire as fast as it appears. Actually, I'm gonna switch that out. I like this. I just like this better. A little bit more spammy. Can't come in with ammo. That does kind of suck, but it'll get the job done. The 105 is god awful. I would not take that at any point. Off map. Truth be told, I probably should be taking it. Either this one or this one. I would honestly probably take the plane. It's a little less punishing price-wise. Yeah, it's easy to stop, but if you get in even once with this, that's pretty darn strong. And it's got a really strong, like, off-map. The 220 actually kills things pretty consistently. The 150 is a good, solid off-map, but it's not as potent as the 220 is. So, you know, argue about it if you will. I'm not taking it because I want to make my life hard. Finally, the air tab. It looks big. It looks awesome. It isn't. let me just warn you right now. It's not actually good. So what we're taking are the Vrana, which is a nice recon bomber with a good bomb loadout. Problem is it's got very bad resilience. It's very slow. It will die probably in one pass, and at 75 points, it's kind of painful for that to happen. Then we're taking the Stuka. The Stukas are actually good now. They have medium resilience, so, you know, in terms of bomb loadout, it's phenomenal. If this gets through one time, you're probably killing whatever it is you're bombing, other than like a tank. It is good. It's just, you know, how many times can you actually get it through? Medium resilience, though, does help a lot. Then we have the DO-17 Uragan here. It's all right. At 90 points, it's a pretty cheap bomber. It is very good resilience. Only 300 kilometers an hour, though, which is honestly not super fast. Only 250 kilograms bombs, which is not an incredible loadout. But if it's not suppressed, it will generally kill most soft targets in a single pass. Again, generally. Maybe like a 9 health 88 or something won't necessarily die in one pass, but most usual AT guns and stuff will. So it's a solid bomber. There's nothing horrible about it. And then in B phase, we do get an IL-2 cluster. You're probably going to need these at some point. And yeah, that's all we're taking here. The Dogen is quite possibly the worst fighter in the game. But very possible. It puts out literally no damage. It's got very bad resilience. It's only 45 points. It's horrible. The Chaika is not very good either. It's really slow. It's got bad resilience. It's got a terrible bomb loadout. It's cheap. I'll give it that. These are just some more recon planes. This one's probably the best one because it's got very good resilience, if you're going to take it that way. The Strela E4, I actually really like the E4. This is a well-armed light fighter. We see it in 5th Cav. I use it in that division at only 60 points. It's very bad resilience, but if you shoot down one thing, you're just paying it off. I am just not taking fighters here because it's, you know, it's honestly kind of win or get crushed. So I don't think you really have time for this. The Devoton, I honestly think it's worse than the Strela E4. It's got medium resilience. That is a big upgrade. I will say that. It's a big step up. The Strela E4 puts out a lot more damage, though. It's actually a little bit faster. It's got better agility. So, you know, 15 points less. Also better availability. Yes, and with veterancy on top of that, so it's actually exceptional agility. I'd probably still go with the Strela. Just sacrificial. This thing's still going to die more often, and it's just going to cost you more to lose it. More Stukas you could take. Strela G6. It's a ME109 G6. They're pretty bad. I would honestly still take the Strela. You have the G2 as well. I don't really think the difference is... What is the difference, honestly? The G2 is faster. Okay. And, okay, it's got a worse loadout, though. The machine gun is weaker. So, you know, take that as you will. I still take the E4. honestly. I just like it better. Does the Rav here? This thing might be all right. My worry with this is the bomb loadout being really spread, and then it doesn't kill stuff. That's usually the issue with these 100-kilogram bomb heavy bombers, is the bombing spread is too long of a line, and it just doesn't kill stuff. The Ergon, and this is even worse, with 20, 50-kilogram bombs, this will probably never kill anything. And then the IL-2 with the rockets, not as good as the cluster. The cluster is way more consistent. You might actually get some kills with this. This takes at least 2 passes, and that is unacceptable for an AT plane. You generally only get lucky once. So, Bronirana. This division is a struggle. It's fun. It can be fun with all the light armor. Specifically, the tank tab can be quite fun, and the infantry are pretty solid overall. For 20 points, it's the fact they're all like 20 points. You can do quite well with those. But don't fool yourself into thinking this division's really good. It's not. Although I'm 100% sure some pro player could absolutely kick my butt up over my head with it. It still doesn't make it a very good division. If you guys enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe, consider checking out Patreon and membership. Thanks a bunch, guys, and have a fantastic day.